Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric, and this is Rome. We've received a transmission from Baron Ishmael Stroud. He says, a decade ago, my eldest son Ravid was an envoy on a diplomatic voyage to the Magistry of Canopus, and the jump ship he was on misjumped and never arrived at his destination. For 10 long years he's been missing, and I have exhausted every resource to find him, or at least to discover what happened to him. I refuse to believe that he's dead, but it has been 10 years without contact, so I can only assume the worst. However, just when I was about to finally give up hope, I received a message from a Capellan merchant whose vessel had recently passed through the region in which my son's jump ship disappeared. This merchant detected signs of habitation from a planet previously thought to be uninhabited, but he did not investigate due to the constant worry of stumbling into an unknown pirate den. Could the crew and passengers of my son's ship have found a place of refuge where they had no means of finding their way back home? Possibly. This might be a wild goose chase, but it'd be remiss not to follow through with trying to bring my son home. If you investigate and find my son, I'll be forever in your debt. However, if you find criminals or other undesirables, I will ensure you are compensated for keeping the Free Worlds League safe from such predators. As you can see, we have 2 missions available now. Both of these can be done in any order. Both are found in the southern reaches there of Marik space, at the planets of Watermail and Godorok. I've chosen to go with the Demolition mission at Godorok first. We are to destroy the pirates' little hamlet, leave them nowhere to run to ground. If they indeed kill my son, it will be a fitting punishment. Map's 11.25 kilometers squared, forest, summer evening, and the visibility is excellent. I'm going to take 1 salvage, and that's all I qualify for. We've got our 4 mechs here, and we're ready to drop.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This area has been marked as a potential location of Ravid. And if not, it's likely that the pirates here were responsible for whatever fate had fallen upon him. Attack the base, and I'll perform a scan for any evidence pointing to Ravid's location. Either way, let's raise this settlement.
This one's a pretty simple one. We get into the base, we destroy it, we get out. There's no reason to stay longer, unless you see a mech or something you'd like that maybe you want to salvage, but at this point we're getting very little salvage. So your odds are not great. Just blow it up and get the hell out.
Enemy destroyed!
Target acquired.
I don't know who you are out there, but you better explain yourself now.
There it is. I'll leave the rest of the demolition job up to you, Commander.
Those SRM-40 tanks are really, really dangerous when you're in a light mech. Make sure you kill those quickly.
New target urban.
They are hurt, but our contract calls for us to wipe them off the face of this system.
If you can get on the right side of the Irby mechs, you can take out that AC gun really quickly. Unfortunately, I'm on the wrong side and rotating the wrong direction. So, yeah, I screwed that one up. Luckily, my teammates got him, and he is now toothless, so I'm going to ignore it.
Half capacity. Keep going. This area is on its last legs, Commander. Just one final push, and then we can all go home.
Everything's been taken out!
That's it. There's our evac point. Time to go.
Target acquired.
Falling in behind you.
Target destroyed. New target
If
spider.
you find the acquisition, just walk up to it in order to pick it up.
And this is where my greed gets to me. We want the loot.
That's close enough. Ready to start pickup operation.
And now there's a spider back there. He's fast enough to chase us down and harry us. When we have mechs like the Locust, it does not take much damage to lose a leg or cause some serious issues, so I decided we need to finish him before we go. Still don't care about that Irby that's running around back there, but this guy, I want to die.
Target destroyed.
And now there's more loot, which means we need to kill a couple more things if I can get it.
Always good to restock on ammo.
And now I finally decide it's time to go.
Skull unit taking heavy damage.
Jump jet fuel low.
No sign of Rabbit here, but at least the pirates and outlaws here have been dealt a serious blow.
We've jumped one system north to Watermail, and now we have the second mission, the Raid. Destroy the facility where the pirates on this planet store their supplies. The fewer bullets and missiles, the better. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of salvage, and we're ready to drop.
All systems nominal.
The pirates in this star system are storing their munitions and equipment in warehouses on this planet. We'll be kicking the hornet's nest on this little expedition, so crippling their reserves will help us out significantly. On the plus side, this may lead us closer to Ravid.
Alright, this mission's a little more complicated than the last. We have 3 locations to hit. We started in the top right. I'm going to run down, hit the center one up top, run south, hit the one directly below there, loop around, and hit the final one on the far left. Now, if you happen to have a lance with all jump jets and you actually trust the AI to use them, you can get up a little quicker just by taking a path up there just to our left of the screen there, right there. And we can hop up and get to the top of the plateau much quicker. Because I happen to have the Cicada, which does not have jump jets, we're going to run up here and hit the ramp.
Target acquired.
Enemy vehicles inbound.
Yes, that's the best the Javelin can do as far as his version of death from above. And now my greed gets the better of me again. I figured we'd come over here and see if there was any loot in that little farm building.
Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty.
Now that we've reached the top of the plateau, we can see we have our first 2 targets up there. And we've got an Irby. This one has the AC-20, so I've decided to stay over here to the left. Hide behind all of this stuff in case he decides to take a shot at me until I get closer. Remember, I have a range of about 270 meters, excuse me, with my SRMs, and now I see him as he runs through. I'm going to duck behind these buildings again. I do not want to take an AC-20 to the face, even if it's the burst one, and it's going to be a little bit more spread out. Figure we hop up here, get him in the back, while he's focused on us, and the AC-20's gone, and I can ignore him. That's the worst punishment you can give an Irby pilot. Just ignore him. I'm pretty sure she just ejected due to shame, not to damage.
Destroyed.
And that's the first location taken care of. Now we just need to head down here and hit the second one at the bottom of the hill. I'm going to decide to take care of this guy before I leave because that AC can reach out from top here and maybe do a lot of damage to one of us.
Attacking shared target.
Target dis-
Tango down.
I don't really have anything on this thing that can reach out and hit those helicopters easily. SRMs are not the best choice of weapon to go after VTOLs, but you can go ahead and put the priority target on for the rest of your lance mates. The wrong direction. But I did take off the laser. Now I'm going to try to fix it by running back the other way, but he's dead! Thanks to good lance mates. Let's get that guy too. And then time to run back in, try to get the actual targets, and then potentially go back, because I think there was another AC-20 Irby there.
Target destroyed. Additional forces are being deployed near you.
What you're focusing
Will I do it right for the first time?
Target acquired.
Maybe.
Target destroyed.
And there we go. That's how you do it. Now I ignore him.
Acquired.
This guy's a little bit more of a threat. 4 medium lasers, a little bit harder to take off. 2 on each wing, I believe, rather than in the CT, like the Cicada has its energy weapon. So you can go ahead and run through and just take those wings off, as I'm attempting to do. Obviously, it doesn't matter which side you start on. You got your option. You can see me thinking, can I get the shot on the rear? But he doesn't quite give it to me. Not long enough for me to hit with the SRMs. They're not instant like a laser, but we got him anyway.
Spotted. Engaging.
Target received. Engaging.
Target acquired.
CT's done them well. I'm out.
Target destroyed.
Burn that target down.
That poor irrelevant Irby. Just dreaming of a day when he or she can pilot something relevant.
Shit! Weapon systems down. Ejecting.
Target destroyed.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Target neutralized.
Boom. Dead.
Target destroyed.
Now the exfil location is located back up on the plateau. You could do this a slightly different version if you wanted to kind of finish up there, right? You could loop around here, kind of do it the reverse direction we did. But I think this worked pretty quick. You just wrap around this little point down here, run up the ramp, and you've got your exfil.
Target acquired.
No sign of Ravid, but the ammunition stores are fully destroyed. Good job. This was still a worthwhile venture.
Ravid's Reckoning? That's what these pirates call themselves? I've seen the photographic evidence you provided, but it goes against all reason that the head of these piratical marauders could possibly be my even-tempered son. He must either be brainwashed or is an imposter trading on my family's name. Either way, you must bring the leader of these pirates to justice. If you can take him alive, then we'll clap him in irons and let the courts decide his fate. If you cannot, however, then may I find some closure in this mystery. And now we're going to go from Watermel to Vacarel for the final part of the mission. Still in the southern end here, and still in the same section, the Vacant Worlds. And for our final mission briefing, it says, as much as it pains me to admit, my son appears to be the leader of a collection of outlaws. You must put a stop to this madness by taking down his battle mech. I wish him taken alive. But if he must pay for his crimes on the battlefield, then so be it. This mission is appropriately enough an assassination mission on a 9-kilometer squared map, so the smallest one we've seen so far. It's going to take 20 days. It's on an extra solar moon at night with excellent visibility. Tonnage limit is 160 tons, which is the same as everything else. You've noticed we've gone in a little bit light on all of them without having any real problems. This is, remember, a level 2 mission, so you should be able to handle it even with the starting mechs.
Well, this is certainly tricky. Ravid is seemingly alive and well, but as the leader of the very bandits that occupy these fringe worlds. Baron Stroud hopes we can take him alive, but we can't take any risks. Incapacitate Ravid's battlemech first and foremost. Worry about your well-being first, and if we're lucky, he'll still be alive. But if he dies, he dies. I'm not seeing our targets at this location. Make way to the next nav point. We might have more luck there.
There are 4 locations. The closest one was only 600 kilometers away. 600 meters away, excuse me, which is why we've already kicked it. They often usually tell you at 600 meters out whether your targets are there. Now, they are in the one farthest away from you, the one diagonal away. And there we go. That's what I should have been doing all along with the Irby. Remember, you can run over the turrets without taking damage, but if you run over a tank or a vehicle, the explosion can damage your legs. Anyway, so you can run through. If you want to figure out a way to get directly to him, you can. I'm just going to more or less run up here diagonally and take care of anything I can. I hate when they have when they're close enough that you can trigger all of them at the same time. Poor little guy there. And you end up with the mechs, the wrong mechs at each location collapse down on you all at once while you're trying to take care of the assassination target, because the assassination targets are usually above and beyond the base level of the difficulty. So you'll have the normal mechs to fill out the difficulty level, and then you'll have, in this case, maybe the additional medium mech or two that are your targets that are on top of all that.
Survival is threatened. Survival.
Now, obviously, the Blackjack is another mech that we want to take arms off of. They're usually lightly armored, and that is where all of their firepower is. I believe they got 2 medium lasers in the CT, but everything else is on the arms. So you can effectively neuter this guy just like that. Now I'm going to let my lance mates finish him off while I move on for the target.
Target acquired.
Everything we're seeing in here has been primarily arm-mounted weapons. The Griffin has a PPC. The Irby obviously has that, I don't remember if it was an AC-20 or an AC-10 at this point. But again, if I can get arms, great. But again, I'm on the wrong side. I took a back shot. Can I get one more back shot to finish him? Not there. But now that it's open, that's my primary target, not the PPC.
New target proven.
And that's the payoff. Now, there's an Irby still running around, I think. And maybe a Panther, and there's Panther as well. Again, PPC on the arm. Can we do something about it? Yes, we can. Now I can more or less ignore him while I worry about any larger threats.
To him in the last decade to turn him into whatever he was. Now let's get you all home. Head to the evac point.
Damn it! I've lost a component!
At this point, I'm thinking maybe I'd like to salvage the Blackjack, so I do specifically try to get it out, and then I realize there's another Irby that still has an arm, or had an arm. And now I'm mostly ready to go.
Target acquired.
Now you can see the exfil is directly through the base. I could have just kept running through here, but I turned around to see if there's anything else back here, and then got a little turned around. I ended up running around the outside of the base, dealing with this spider eventually. But the quick way, the smart way, would have just been to duck through right there in the mission before we take any more damage.
Target acquired.
Under heavy fire! Breaking up!
Target destroyed.
Tango down.
New target Panther. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
And that's the last of my SRMs. Definitely time to go home now.
Target destroyed. Following your lead, Commander.
Logbooks and journals found among the ruins of the pirates' base paints a grim tale of what transpired after my son's ship misjumped. The jump stranded them here with no means of outside contact, so they settled with hopes of making the best of things. My son, as a trained diplomat and former free world soldier, quickly took charge of the survivors. However, isolation and dwindling supplies caused them all to turn on each other. But it was an insidious, non-lethal toxin in the water table that drove them to even higher levels of paranoia and violence, a state they called the Reckoning. When a ship passed through the system, noticed signs of habitation, and sent a dropship to investigate, my son and his fellow survivors, driven by the toxin's altered state, attacked the crew and took command of their ship, ultimately using it to begin their reign of piracy and terror in this region using stolen weapons of war, including what appears to be lost technology from the Star League era. But no matter how far they ventured, Ravid's pirates always return to this planet. Their bodies have become so used to the toxin in the water that going extended periods of time without it sickened them. My son's death was an unfortunate circumstances from all this tragedy, but at least now I know what became of him. I can now finally put his memory to rest. And we'll get a large laser and some heat sinks for our troubles. Thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Cheers.